When God wakes you up at night, it is never random. There is a spiritual reason your spirit stirs while the world sleeps. Those moments when your eyes open at 2:33 a.m. or 3:15 a.m., when silence wraps around your room and your heart feels heavy, He is calling you. You may think it's restlessness, but the truth is, your soul is being summoned into divine alignment. In the unseen realm, something is shifting, and God is trying to get your attention. It's often in the night that heaven whispers the loudest, because distractions are silent. Remember how Samuel was awakened by the voice of God in the temple, 1 Samuel 3 verse 4? The boy thought it was Eli calling him, but it was God breaking through the veil between the natural and the spiritual. When God wakes you, He is not disturbing your rest, He is initiating an encounter. Sometimes, He wakes you because there's a spiritual warning. The Holy Spirit will nudge your spirit in the midnight hours when the enemy is plotting in the dark. While your body sleeps, your spirit never does, and that's when you're most sensitive to divine signals. You might sense fear, tension, or an unexplainable urge to pray. Don't ignore it. This is intercession time, when you're called to stand in the gap for yourself, your family, or someone you've never met. Many breakthroughs are born between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., the so-called watch hour, when spiritual warfare peaks and God's warriors are awakened to counter unseen attacks. Jesus Himself often withdrew to lonely places to pray before dawn, Mark 1 verse 35, not out of routine, but revelation. He knew the darkness of night conceals battles that only prayer can expose. Other times, those midnight awakenings are not warnings but whispers of destiny. God interrupts your sleep to download instructions about your next season. The problem is, most people scroll through their phones instead of seeking His face. You might be praying for clarity during the day, but God gives answers in the stillness of night. Job 33 verses 14 to 16 says, God speaks once, yet twice, yet man perceives it not, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men. That uneasiness you feel is not anxiety, it's divine pregnancy. Something is forming within your spirit, and God refuses to let you sleep through your breakthrough. Sometimes He wakes you up not to fight, but to receive wisdom, vision, correction. When you lie awake feeling a heavy presence, that's not insomnia, that's invitation. Then there are nights when God wakes you because He's trying to heal hidden wounds. You've buried pain under busyness, but at night, when the noise fades, your heart is exposed. That's when the Comforter moves in. Psalm 30 verse 5 says, Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. But that joy doesn't come unless you face what the night reveals. Some tears you cry at 3 a.m. are not signs of weakness, they are the Holy Spirit cleansing you from burdens you didn't even know you carried. You wake up because your soul can't carry the weight anymore, and God is saying, Let me take it. Those secret moments in the dark become altars of deliverance, where your midnight pain becomes the seed of morning glory. And sometimes, He wakes you simply to remind you that you're not alone. You've been carrying battles silently, smiling by day, breaking by night. But in those hours when the world forgets you, God whispers, I see you. Psalm 139 verses 11 to 12 declares that even darkness is light to Him, no night can hide you. That sudden awareness of His presence, that warmth in the cold hours, it's His way of wrapping you in peace. You may not hear an audible voice, but your heart knows, the Creator of the universe is sitting beside you, watching over you, waiting for you to speak. But be warned, if you keep ignoring these awakenings, your spirit grows dull. Repeated midnight callings that go unanswered can close a window of divine access. God doesn't wake you to inconvenience you, He wakes you because the timing of heaven is specific. Maybe you've been praying for a sign, and He's been answering every night, but you keep rolling over. Those who respond in the night carry unusual authority in the day. When others are asleep, you are being trained in the quiet, armed for what's coming. Remember Paul and Silas in Acts 16 verse 25, while locked in chains, they prayed and sang hymns at midnight, and the prison doors flew open. Midnight obedience releases daytime miracles. So the next time you find yourself wide awake in the darkness, Don't reach for your phone, reach for His presence. Whisper His name. Ask Him, Lord, what are you saying? Keep a notebook by your bed, write what you sense. Those scribbled midnight thoughts may one day guide your destiny. And when sleep finally returns, it won't be ordinary rest, it will be restoration, because you met with the giver of dreams Himself. God doesn't just call prophets or pastors in the night, He calls the chosen, the intercessors, the ones with purpose too deep to sleep through. You've been asking for confirmation, and this is it. God wakes you at night because your spirit is different. You are marked. You are being trained for something that others can't yet see. Don't despise those interrupted nights, they are invitations to greatness. Heaven moves when you respond. Every time you rise from your bed to pray, even for 5 minutes, something shifts in the unseen. Your obedience in private builds power in public. When you move, angels move. When you kneel, hell trembles. The world may call it sleeplessness, but heaven calls it awakening. Direct hit. Now pause for a moment. If these words are stirring your spirit, that's no coincidence. You were meant to hear this. God is speaking directly to you through this message. So before you scroll away, take a second to let your heart respond. Sparkles if this message touched something inside you, if you've ever felt that late night pull and now you understand it, don't stay silent. Comment I hear you, Lord below, backhand index pointing down. Subscribe and stay connected, not for numbers, but because this space is where God keeps revealing His secrets to His chosen ones. Folded hands. Hit the like button if this word confirms something deep within you, it helps more people encounter what you just did. And share it, because someone else is wide awake right now, wondering why. Maybe you're the vessel God will use to wake their spirit, too. Dizzy. Now breathe. Look around. The night may feel dark, but it's not empty, it's holy. Every awakening is an appointment with destiny. From this day forward, when God wakes you up at night, you will no longer question it. You will rise, listen, and obey, because you now know, the midnight call is sacred. The chosen don't sleep through the supernatural. They answer. And when you answer, heaven responds.